sometimes I wish I was just doing this from like that the old way instead of just doing this live. Because sometimes I just want to edit stuff, and usually I just do it off the cuff. And even with when I just pre-record and doing it, it's most lessly off the cuff, and I could just add stuff in there like some of my older videos. And now because of me going live now, this is how I have to like stretch my videos. But sooner or later, I'm gonna get back to the grabs of just editing the videos, even if I have to take this live, saving it to my computer, and then editing it. And I may have to start doing that just to add some stuff in there and then re-uploading it. I may or may not do that, but especially since not that many people come in and chat on my stuff anyway. Okay, live is good. The connection's up. Everything. Along with that, we are going to talk about a video that Dion was trying to send me yesterday, but he couldn't find it. He ended up finding it today and he's sending it to me. And I looked at it, so I figured it'd be a perfect time to talk about it. It was about a mommy and me pole dancing class. I don't know if that's the title, but that was kind of like what it showed on Twitter or X, however you want to call it. Now, I Dion, who was on the podcast yesterday, let's just say he was disturbed, and it's just as a father he was disgusted because he felt like they was doing the ratchet shit. Like I didn't see the video on when he was talking about it, so. And even during the podcast, I told her, I said, I haven't seen the video. I want to watch the video before I give my actual analysis. So it was because it's one of those things where okay, I've seen white people do it. I've seen, and there was another one where I think Asian people do it and some shit like that, where kids on a pole and they're having fun on a pole and basically I didn't see anything wrong with it because they wasn't doing no stripper stuff. There was no stripper stuff. There was nothing sexual that they was doing with the kid, or the kids wasn't doing sexual things. All right, because a lot of people refer to pole dancing into stripper shit, especially in America. When we think of pole dancing, we'll think of strippers because strippers goes on poles. Now, if anybody, and now I someone that has traveled and someone that kind of knows a little bit. And plus, I'm not going to lie, even if strippers did it, I look at that as a form of art because that shit is hard to do. Like when the strippers actually perform on the pole and they're doing death defying stunts on this shit. The shit is, and sometimes it's actual art and some shit like that. And I know we look at it in a sexual way, but there's actually an art to it. Shit, that shit is not easy. All right, the shit is actually pretty complicated. And I told people this. It's like I think pole dancing is a form of art. And I'm not saying this as, and I'm not even thinking with my dick on this one. It's something that I actually seen. I was like, yo, this shit is kind of fucking dope when I see women do it. I like it takes a lot of acrobatics. Like if you look at some Cirque du Soleil shit, that shit is fucking cool. If you ever seen aerial yoga, like one of the Twitch streamers I watch, that watch. Her name is Kimmy, but if you look at her Twitter, it's like KCIMNY. So it's most people say K Simi. She's been doing aerial yoga, and like you could tell from a novice point to where she's actually improved and she could do some stuff. None of that was sexual, and you could actually see the art form, and you could see her. She's basically like floating in there. So that's always been my premise on pole dancing. All right. So I'm not, so even if like, because I said if my woman wanted to do pole dancing, I'd be like, sure. But even then in the podcast, I did say if my kid wanted to do it, I'd probably be like, hell no. Now, the reason I said that because I'm thinking like a father. And if y'all remember the old Chris Rock joke, My whole job is to keep you off the pole. As a father, is to keep you off the pole. Excuse me. Now we're going to now, as far as the video goes, we are together. We are going to look at this, and we are going to look at this video. And after this, we're going to give my thoughts on it. All right, and we're back. I hope I don't get copyrighted from the music. If not, it'll probably be edited. But as I take this swig of water, now, even when going through this, I saw this video. I sent this to 3 women. Two of them obviously on the podcast, but I wanted a real different opinion. And the opinion that I got, the third opinion, I actually got it from a woman that is on my Facebook, that she actually does pole dancing herself, right? She does pole dancing herself, and like I wanted her opinion. So it's funny because it's just like I wasn't even trying to shoot my shot or none of that stuff. It's like she's a very beautiful woman, very attractive woman, but I wasn't even trying to shoot a shot. I respectfully went to her DMs, and basically I said, where is it? Hello. I know this is super random. And I sent her the link. I know this is super random, but I would like the opinion on this, please. Now, I don't. She was by the time she was driving, and she's probably seen that video about a couple of times, but she knew what I was talking about. She was like, "What's up?" I told her it's not spam. I promise. She actually called me, and I was surprised. I was like, "Oh shit!" She actually called me, and hello, and then we had a conversation. She was like, "Could you explain the video?" And I said, well, it's basically like a mommy and me pole dancing classes, a bunch of black women, and with their kids, and they're doing pole dancing techniques and all that other stuff. And she was like, "So you want my thoughts and opinions on it?" And basically, I let her say everything she wanted to, but basically, she was like, and I do agree with her, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember everything, but she broke it down. She broke it down to that America, as far as America, especially Black Americans, we sexualize everything, and that these kids are toddlers and they don't know. They probably don't know what strippers are, what strippers do, and if anything, if they're going on a pole, they are more or less likely mimicking firemen instead of actual strippers. She also brought it up that where the whole thing came from, and the whole thing about pole dancing come from. It came from Russia, and she she informed me like this was in the Arnold classics. Like most of this, the some of that pole dancing is in Arnold classics, um, and that none of it is actually sexual. A lot of young gymnasts, when they're try to do the exercises, they got on poles like that just to help them with their core. And I like now I like I said I knew it helps with your core and upper body strength. Like I knew it from an exercise point. So I've always looked at pole dancing from an exercise point. Like I said, women does do stuff for the exercise point. There's more than one way to exercise your body other than um like just a regular cardio workout. Like for instance, I don't like running, right? But I was really good at Dance Dance Revolution. So, and I got to a point where it's just like, if you're on the Dance Dance Revolution, anybody been on the DDR ones, the ones with the actual mats, you're going to break a sweat. After a while, you're going to break a sweat, and you got all this foot movement and all that other stuff. You will burn some cardio. So honestly, and I did that throughout my boot when I got out of boot camp, and I kind of stayed in shape. I did a lot of DDR, and that's what kind of like kept me from getting fat, actually. So I have a lot of DDR to thank. With that being said, so she asked me for my thoughts, and she was just like, yeah, and she was like, she does it with her kids. They don't know anything sexual. She was like, she raised their kids right. It's like she said her kids don't even know who Nicki Minaj is, don't know who Sexy Red, and she brought up a good point. It's just like you worried about kids on the pole. It's just like you need to worry about these kids over here yelling ski. So she, and like I said, she went like she basically explained everything, and it was from a logical standpoint, I do agree with it. Let me turn that off. From a logical standpoint, I might actually need to turn that back on, but from a logical standpoint, I do agree with it because yes, as Americans, we do sexualize everything. She asked me what my thoughts, and I basically said I had to think it now from here today. I will say this. It's just like she could I will say that she did actually like put the idea in my head that if you don't sexualize it, then it's not as weird as you would think. And but even then I was like on the fence because like I said, I like if my kid was a gymnast, and if it helped her acrobatics, then why not? Um if they like and as kids she even said this as kids you like we swing on poles all the time. It's like most of the playground gym equipment is just like you're swinging on poles. Do you think he was gay in doing that? And she has a point because we played on monkey bars, we slide down slides. There's some of the little poles, and there's one I know everyone has a playground where it's just a pole, and people like they either go up to the top and they grab on the pole, they slide down, and some people climb up the pole. Like I've done both. Like we have done both. Like same thing. Like if you go to gym class, they make you climb a rope. Most people, they climb a pole. Pole's kind of like easier to grasp. I know I've had easier time grabbing on a pole than a rope. Pause. Yeah, but she did break it down to a point to where it's just like you know what, you're right. And like I said, I'm not here to bash women or bash black women. I actually want to look at both sides just to get it. This is why I asked her for opinion in the first place because I figured that she would be foreign and maybe even educate me on something that I know about, which I did get, and I thank her for it. Now, and I even said it's just like, yo, even me, like I was like, I don't know. I was like, I thought it was. I said, but if I stopped thinking, it was like, but I had to check myself. Even me, I was like, I had to check myself because it's just like, why would my 12-year, like, even if I have a 12-year-old, why would she know about strippers unless I put that in her face? And she was talking about, people on P Valley because like the girl when she do a pole dancer, she's actually really good to where people thought she was a dancer. She's not a dancer. She's never danced in front of anybody. And that's what she told me. Now she doesn't put videos of her pole dancing on her Facebook. I'm not going to show that, um, but she has done it, and I've seen her, and she is really talented at that, and she's really good at that. Really good to a point where she's better than most strippers I've seen in strip clubs. It was like, and I'm going to send this to her, and uh if she listens to this, if she listens to this guy, if you're listening, God bless you and thank you, because yes, I had to, like, even me had to, okay, let me bring it back, let me, because even then on my podcast I said, yeah, for my woman, yeah, but I don't know for my child. But what if my child want to be? And then I was thinking, what if my child want to be a gymnast? She wouldn't know, like, what if my child want to do Cirque du Soleil? Now, that's the one thing I've learned. If you ever see Cirque du Soleil, they do a lot of acrobatic shit. If you've seen a lot of aerial yoga shit, a lot of that comes from Cirque du Soleil. And a lot of those women are really nimble. They're really acrobatic, and they have a lot of upper body strength because that shit is amazing. That is like just not for the weak. So, and I look, and as a man, I understand. I think as men, we come from the point that, like I said, like the old Chris Rock joke, my whole job is to not put you on that pole. And I think anything resembling like the pole shit, um, like we got, you know, if your child was on that pole, you fucked up, and that's how men look at. Well, there's we're. I don't think of it as hypersexualizing though. I just think it is overprotection. But she does have a point. Them kids don't know nothing about those strippers. Like, like they don't know nothing about those strippers. Like, what's a 12-year-old know about strip clubs? Unless you know, I bring that around them. Now, as far as they're concerned, they'll probably see a fireman go down the pole. They'll probably see, like I said, on the playground, kids go down the poles all the time. Even like in gym class where you had to climb up or down a pole, you had to do, like, it's a form of exercise. If you look at it as a form of exercise and keep it there, then you're okay to me. And like I said, most gymnasts, that they had to do some type of acrobatic shit. Like, this shit is hard. You see in the Olympics, you like 9-year-olds motherfucking flipping through the air and all that other stuff. You got circle rings that also do. I know a lot of men do more or less circle rings, and that takes a lot of body strength. You got the horse and them on the high beam. I think that's the high beam. Like, and she said, like the pole, like I think she said pole dancers in the Arnold Classic, and she was, like I said, she was supposed to send me links, but I'm pretty sure, um, she don't really have to. Um, but I think I can look it up. Pole dancing Arnold Classics. Okay. Shoot. Okay. So I'm gonna. We're gonna. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted. If not, I'll just edit this and then take it out. So we are going to watch a pole dance class. Um, this is from 2017, and I guess her name is Tracy Simmons. So again, I hope I don't get copyrighted, but I do feel like I need to. We should look at this just to get a glimpse of professional pole dancing, because this is in the Arnold Classic. So let's watch this video together.
Tracy Simmons.
All right. Now, you can put this in the comment section. How do you felt about that? Did you think that was at any point? Did you think that was overtly sexual? Looks like I'm still on air. Um, okay, but I want you. Okay, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that in the comment section. If y'all, it's for those that watch this. Do you think that was overtly sexual? Did you find anything about that sexual? Me personally, no. Nothing about that. It was sexual at all. Not even the fact that she was in a two piece. Like most gymnasts are in leotards anyway. So there was an actual routine. There was actual flex. Like I said, there's a lot of flexibility. There's a lot of upper body strength. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of things she was doing to divide gravity. None of that was it. Like I said, none of that was. I wouldn't find none of that sexual. Now, leave all that aside. As men, I understand. As men, I understand. Testosterone is a motherfucker, and sometimes we even when we try not to. Sometimes we do turn things sexual when it's not. As men, like ask anybody, like what's the non-sex something non-sexual that turns you on? There's a lot of people that tell you like some random thing that it wasn't even sexual, it just turned them on. Like I've been like short story. One of my homegirls, she was playing pool, and I didn't know she played pool, and she was just playing pool regular. But I was like, why did this turn me on so much? And that, but as men, we think about sex every 8 seconds. And ladies, I understand. Sometimes you don't want to be looked at sexual. I do understand. Just know that it is in our DNA. It is something we can't help. I used to tell women this all the time. Look, a man will compliment you to death about, and then like that one compliment at the end, that's the testosterone talking like, fuck this shit. Like he could go around and say, yo, she's very intelligent, she has a good head on her shoulders, she would make a great leader. It's like, God damn, I'll fuck this shit out of her. It's just how men are wired sometimes. It's just like even when we respect, and I tell people, even when we respect the hell out of you, we we still think we will think about you in a sexual way. It's just how men are wired. So that's why I tell people, yo, just don't think about it sexually. Just think about it as an art form. If you think about it as an art form, you have a different view. Now, like I said, as a person that's been to strip clubs, like I said, I've already liked it because you can tell who's actually done the work. People that's actually been to pole classes. Like there's two types of strippers. Strippers that get by because of their body, and they can just twerk on people, and they won't even like they'll use the pole, but they're more or less lean on a pole or grind on a pole. That's the type of stripper shit you need to worry about. But it's another type of stripper shit where they're actually doing moves. I seen a girl do a motherfucking windmill on that shit into a split. I seen a girl climb all the way to the top of the ceiling and then just like free fall and then come to a complete stop before her head hits the floor. And I'm like, yo, and then you see another one, they also go to the tippity top and then they just drop down on the split. And I'm like, yo, that shit is fucking dope. And like I said, and for those strippers, I've actually have high respect for. Like, not even dicking with my dick. It's just like, I have high respect for. Hell, I've seen one where it's just like, it was two women on the pole, and like one was doing spread eagle, and the other girl was on top of her with heels, and they both was rotating around the pole, and the one on top was twerking while he was on the pole. Do you know how talented that is? Like, like, not alone, most alone sex. Do you know how like hard? Like, you have to practice that, and that's a lot of trust. Like I know a lot of people look at P Valley, you see some of these moves, but you're like, yo, if you really see some of the shit some of these strippers do that actually know how to work on a pole, that shit is fucking dope. And I feel like as an art form, you can respect. And I'm speaking from an art form sense. You can respect that shit highly regard. So that's why I said if my girl want to do that, I'm for it because it only not only it uh satisfies a sexual side, but it also satisfies a creative side. It's just like, yo, like, and a fitness, like, and from a fitness spot. Now, I know niggas is just like bullshit. You can do it, but maybe that's a niche. Maybe that's a niche. Let her do it. Throw something different in you, throw some spice in you. You can do that, and but as far as is put into kids, like I said, don't look at it sexual. Look at it as an art form. And then if you look at it as an art form, I know it's hard to convince some dudes, but I feel like when you look at it as an art form, you will think differently. So that is my whole take on this whole thing. I'm going to bottom line it here, and I'm going to send it to. I'm not going to say her name, but she knows who she is. And if you stuck through this video, thank you. I appreciate you. And yes, even you, like, you swayed me to your side. You basically swayed me to your side. So, with that being said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Until then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I am out. Peace.